Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? Welcome back to Lovin Daily, where I take you through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Last night, flight drama again. I hate to say it, but flights from South Africa and Nigeria were suspended once more. We're also be talking about a Dubai nail salon, which has created a genius microchip manicure. Also in the studio, we have the one and only TikTok creator extraordinaire, Maria Cisco, should be on the show later. Woo! Cannot wait. You've laughed, you've lolled, you've probably ruffled. She could be on the show a little bit.
Ruffled. I mean, those videos, if you've seen of different areas that you might be driving down Dubai, that's all her. And I mean, I'm excited for the nail art story because it's so much better than fish in your nails, for sure.
Yeah, it's nice to bring a positive one.
But apart from that, we'll be talking about Indian airports are setting up PCR test stations ahead of the India to UAE flights. And quite possibly the most aesthetic backyard turned cafe in Dubai.
Looks super duper glam.
Casey, please tell us all what happened with your purse that went missing over the weekend.
I have a tale. I'll try and give you the Cliff Notes version because it could be a long drawn out saga, but I went out on Friday, lost my handbag. Didn't actually realize until Sunday morning because I was too much sitting. You know, when you're on Saturdays, you just can't face life. My handbag was gone. I figured out on Sunday morning. So I did all the things that you do. I called the RTA. Now, if you've ever lost something in Dubai, the RTA are absolutely phenomenal. They get back to you. They get all the details. And I was quite sure I'd left it in the taxi. I also called the restaurant. And then in quick succession, the RTA got back to me. They said they'd been in touch with the driver. He remembered the journey, he remembered me, he did not remember a handbag being left. I called the restaurant, super duper helpful, no handbag. I then recalled the restaurant because this handbag is sentimental value.
Did they check the cameras, anything for you?
Well, at that point, no, they just said we have a group that hands things in. So I then recalled the restaurant, so sentimental handbag, not just a handbag with stuff in it that mattered. It was a gift for Christmas, and it's my favorite one.
Oh,
it's my only one.
Did it have your cards? I remember you were saying it had your Emirates ID and all of those.
You know, it had Emirates ID, it had some makeup, but it's not about the value of anything that is inside. It was just that it was a gift.
Okay. Oh.
And then I recalled Nadia at Amazonica, and I was like, "Look, Nadia, it hasn't turned off. Can you get the cameras?" And she was so helpful. She was like, "I'll talk." And I know this is such a waste of people's time. She's like, "I'll talk to the security team." She was so great. And then this was Monday, so I lost the handbag on Friday, and on Monday afternoon, yesterday. And one more thing is that we have cameras in our house, and I noticed that I wasn't wearing my handbag. Monday afternoon, our lovely cleaner Tess lifted up the couch cover. And there it was. I've been sitting on it for 3 days. Watching Netflix, crying about my handbag, and I was sitting on it.
Oh my God, Casey.
So, thank you, Tess, so much. I'm a useless person. I appreciate you so much. And thank you, Nadia, and the whole RTA and everyone for putting up with me.
Is this something you'd make a TikTok on?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll consider.
I mean, it's a very good inspo.
Well, the inspo is that things always turn up in Dubai. I had the positive mental attitude that it was going to turn up. It did turn up, and it just happened to be on my couch rather than in the taxi.
Unlike Rome, where I lost my phone or it got stolen. I don't know.
But not get kidnapped. Yeah.
But no, I didn't get kidnapped, sadly. But my friend lost her phone this weekend as well, never turned up. So, I mean, some people just get lucky, like Casey. And then there are some people like my friend Pragya who lost it forever.
Oh, no.
And she just lost it and missing. She
Where?
bought a new phone. So we went stables.
Mm-hmm.
And we had...
Always good stories start with that sentence. Continue.
And we had a gala time.
Sure.
That none of us really remember. I don't know why though. But the next day, she's like, I can't find my phone anywhere. And then, of course, all the calling, camera checking, all of that. She never found it. So now I think I'm just going to call her up and go
check your couch.
Check your couch.
I have full faith that it's there. Or in a random makeup bag. Okay, I feel
Check it out. Check it out.
My positivity, you can take on that. Okay, let's jump into our stories. flights from South Africa and Nigeria were suspended before they were even lifted. So the updated protocols for flights from India, South Africa and Nigeria were meant to come into effect on Wednesday 23. We've spoken a lot about how people were rushing to get flights back on Wednesday. However, yesterday it was announced that flights from South Africa and Nigeria are being suspended again. So take note, passenger flights to and from Nigeria, that's Lagos and Abuja, are suspended from June 21 until further notice, while Emirates stated that flights from South Africa will remain suspended until July 6. Travellers will not be allowed to enter the UAE from South Africa until then. So flights to Johannesburg will continue. However, there will be no return flights from Johannesburg, and anyone who's gone through South Africa in the last 14 days will not be allowed to enter the UAE. So there'll be no bypassing that quarantine law. If you have a South Africa stamp on your passport, you cannot come back in.
Oh God, this is a tricky one because I know yesterday it was just a very last minute announcement and all the flights had to halt operations right away. Yeah.
It's a real shame because I think that it's such a tricky one to navigate, because in some veins we're bringing you a lot of good news about countries that are opening up. In the last few days, Emirates have opened up flights to Venice, Phuket, Nice, Mexico. People are talking about Eid holidays, but then there are some countries who are really, really still kind of going through the worst of it, and flights are still suspended. So travel is still in that very, very shaky time period. If you are stuck and you were hoping to get back from South Africa and Nigeria, I really, really feel your pain. It's not the news you wanted, but take note, I think from July 6th, South Africa. So it's another little waiting period, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you better news then.
Hopefully. I mean, it is, I think travel this year is, like you said before, it's going to be really tricky. And there's so many new variants popping up. So, I mean, every country just wants to keep themselves safe and wants to ensure their citizens and residents are safe. Thus, all the travel restrictions and pandemic disruptions. But speaking of flights, moving on to our next story, Indian airports are setting up PCR test stations ahead of the India-UAE flights. Now, since the announcement of India to UAE flight resumptions was made earlier this week on Saturday, June 19th, Airports Authority of India, AAI, and India's Ministry of Civil Aviation swung right into action and have started setting up rapid PCR test stations to ensure that stranded NRIs return back to the UAE without any complications. So these test centers will be set up across airports in India. So right now they've been set up in a couple in Delhi and a few others, but now there are 4 airports in Kerala where a majority of the Dubai's expats come from. So they'll be setting up more over there at the airport. So it's a very easy kind of process for passengers coming into the UAE. Now, with flights all set to resume from tomorrow, Indian authorities are working around the clock to have stations ready for passengers requiring the 4-hour PCR results. And although travel agents, travelers, expats waiting the arrival of their families over here are all nervous about the procedures and latest travel protocols, Indian authorities are confident that all updated regulations will be complied with. So it is a very, tense situation right now. Everyone is so excited to have their families returning, but with all the new regulations and new updates, people are like, okay, checklist, bam, bam, bam. You have to really make sure you follow everything that's been set out by the UAE government to allow expats back into the country.
100%. I think the announcement came out on Saturday night that flights were going to open up on Wednesday. So that gives all airports in India 4 days to get in line to make sure they have all those protocols. Not easy. Even usually it happens overnight, but in this case there was 4 days. But to ensure that you get your COVID PCR test 48 hours before you come, and then at the airport to get that rapid PCR test, like you're saying, not all airports will have had that, so they are trying to get that in line as quickly as possible. Hate to say it, and I was saying it yesterday, but if it does take a few more days for all these measures to roll out, it could do, but at least the fact that these things are in motion, that's the silver lining, I think.
Exactly. And it's all happening while there is a massive contagion spread happening in India right now. Authorities are still, okay, let's fasten up the space and let's get all these testing centers rolled out near the airports. At the airports. So guys, just a tip, if you are staying at an accommodation or something, a big recommendation would be to move closer to the airport so you can sort out all your PCR tests and you don't have to travel back and forth and waste a lot of time and money on just the commute. So maybe move closer to the airport, and then accordingly you guys can, plan out your tests and all of that.
Top tips from us too.
Oh yeah, top tips.
Moving homewards. to a tiny measure that's going to help with social distancing. And it's the little things that make all our lives a little bit easier. We're talking about a Dubai salon which has created a genius microchip manicure. So we're living in a COVID world where handing out business cards is the ultimate no-no, FYI, if you're doing it. Also sustainability. Think about the paper. So a Dubai salon has turned nail beauty on its head and created a genius solution for networking glamazons. It's called Lenore Beauty Lounge Trade Center 1. They've created a nail-friendly microchip. Don't want to highlight my nails at the moment because they're not done, but it works as a digital business card according to a CNN production. So the idea was born post-pandemic when unsustainable business cards are a thing of the past. So why not share your business card digitally? I know they have apps for it. But now you can put it in your nail. They're putting these teeny tiny microchips into your nail. So when you meet someone, I don't know if you just
scan me.
You just tap their phone. So it's like, oh, you do me.
Okay.
Deets, you have my number.
Damn.
Imagine dating. There you go.
Now you can't pass out.
You're going to say you can't give a fake number.
Yeah.
You can have your fake details stored.
Really? Can you?
Well,
have a finger with fake nails? I mean, fake details and the real ones.
The real ones. That would be confusing.
So do many to get manicures now as well?
I think they do. But yeah.
Ali, do you get manicures?
I think my boyfriend has gotten a few, like on a not on like a regular occurrence, but if he's ever getting like, you know, if he ever decides to treat himself in a nice salon, he would also get his nails he would get his nails done.
Just like buffed.
Well, like I don't know, like cleaned and tidied up and yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't like people like touching me.
Oh.
Like, no.
Actually, I'm recalling James got it done recently and they went really close to the nail bed and he hated it. So actually it was like a one-time thing.
But how do you cover the chip for guys? Like, do you put clear coat? Do you have a coat?
Could like get your family crest or a football team to support or
get like
gender stereotypical.
Would you get a football drawn on your nail? What?
But how convenient. But my only question is how long does it last? Because you have to get it redone every time.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but it sounds really cool.
It sounds cool. But it just goes to show you what else can happen. Is this the future?
Oh my God. Oh my, we are living in the future.
We're living in 3030 here with this salon.
Oh, there's this one movie, I forgot. It's like a bunch of this guy, you're only allowed to have one child, but this one man and his wife, they have like a bunch of kids and they all look the same Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Anyone know which movie I'm talking about? No. So they have to hide the kids and it's like a very futuristic movie. It just sounds like that movie. Whatever.
Is that what they... Okay, anyway, interesting.
I think it's called Monday. Yeah, it's called Monday. Anyway.
If you've watched it, give Simran some support here.
Okay, guys, whatever. But... guys, moving on to something more wholesome and less digital. The ultimate photo... Okay, what was the headline of the story? So we have found, I think possibly the most aesthetic background turned cafe in Dubai. Now this is the ultimate photo op for days. Greens, whites, logs, drapes, sunny streaks, the whole thing. And it sounds like a dreamy backyard turned cafe photo shoot. Which if you see the video beside us, you can, you know, like just by looking at the video, you're like, okay, I get what she's saying. I feel her vibe. Now, located at Al Mizhar, Dubai, Live Juntos or Juntos. Now, it's like a Portuguese word. Apparently, Juntos is a neighborhood cafe that's inspired by the Portuguese countryside. Okay, it's inspired by the Portuguese countryside, but I don't know if Juntos is a Portuguese word. That was just wrong information, but yeah. Food Finds UAE, who is a food blogger, describes this cafe as an aesthetic paradise, and we could not agree more. Are you Googling the word?
Well, Juventus is a Portuguese...
Juventus,
well, no,
yeah.
that's a Portuguese football team. No. Spanish? Italian?
Italian.
It's an Italian.
Yes.
I looked up Juventus and it said Juventus Porto.
Oh my God. She's judging us. Casey, look at her.
Italian in students.
An Italian
What
is
a
judging
day.
us, guys. Okay, but anyway, shedding some more 411 on this hidden gem, the food blogger added that the space is an extension of the owner's home and that they are only doing takeaways for the time being. And visit Juntas Instagram. I mean, you should visit their Instagram page and check out their highlights to get a better understanding of their wholesome menu and soak in the tasteful surroundings. So they offer everything from brews and juices to homemade sourdough and hella fresh pizzas. If you go check out their highlights, it looks so good. And Shuntats will become your new go-to for affordable and delicious eats. I don't know. I feel like it'll become my go-to once I visit the place.
So we can't actually eat there? We can
mean-
just look at it? Because I saw the photos yesterday and the video. I was like, oh, that looks dreamy. That looks like what I'd like my house to look like.
I know.
But we can go and get food there. But we can just enjoy it looking at it, but we can't actually sit there. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I think you can go and sit inside. You can have like a coffee or a juice, but I think for food, it's mostly takeaway.
For now. I imagine with all of
Yeah,
the
for
fast
now.
food, they'll ramp
Because
that
it's like
up.
a home turned in, like a backyard turned into a cafe. So, I mean, I will be getting in touch with them and getting more info on this cafe situation because it looks very cool. Like the aesthetics.
Aesthetics, it's so hard to it's so hard to stay up with all of these cool, nice looking places.
I know, there are too many. I love it, but everything's like popping up now. But this is such a cool concept. Like someone's
amazing
turned their
concept.
backyard. Would you do that? Do you have a
Business
backyard?
idea. Yes, I have a backyard. Would I open it up as a business? If it would make me money, I'd probably do a lot of things. No, but really, but then your home space is your home space. So it would depend on the business. If it was something I was super passionate about, absolutely. But I have to find out.
I wanna remember today's live session with Casey's quote for money. Do anything.
Well, I would do it if it was a business opportunity. Shanti says, lucky Casey. I think that's something to do with my bag. Thank you. I was very lucky. It's also stupid.
It's lucky Casey in general, though.
Yes, lucky Casey. Guys, stay tuned. Up next, we have content creator Maria Cisco, a woman who's been ramping up the likes on social media with her hugely relatable Dubai content. She's absolutely killing it right now. Stay tuned. She'll be with us right after this short break. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Welcome back to the Lovin Daily. We are joined right now by content creator Maria Cisco, a woman who's been ramping up the likes on social media with her hugely relatable Dubai content. She's absolutely smashing it right now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Lovin Dubai is one of the first pages I followed when I moved to Dubai.
Nice.
Because I wanted some information on the city. So for me, it's really an achievement to be here today.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. When did you move?
2016, so it's 5 years now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Guys, if you don't know Maria, you'll be able to see her handle underneath her page, but genuinely, we share your videos and the positive response is always so huge. People love your videos. We asked a question on social media last night if people have questions for you. We have a couple. We'll get to them later in the show.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
But tell us, so mainly I think your biggest platform is TikTok.
Yes, at the moment, yes.
At the moment. So tell us your TikTok journey. How did that start? Why did you start making these kind of funny, relatable videos?
So actually, it all started in the pandemic, of course. So during the pandemic, when the lockdown started, I was living alone. I was very bored. And I decided to start using TikTok for job purposes. So I wanted to understand how it worked for my job because I'm an influencer manager. So I need to understand, be up to date with all the social media situations. So I started, and of course, I didn't take it seriously. I didn't have the intention to become a content creator. But then one of my videos got viral and I saw so many followers and I was shocked and I said, okay, why not? When I reached 10,000, I said, okay, this is an opportunity. So I will move forward and keep it on. And the first video that went viral, actually, it was a video of me. It was a trend. The trend with the weird music in which you have to realize something scary. And I was like, basically I was doing a comparison between what Arabs' parents do and my Italian parents, they do the same. So am I Arab? That was the video that went viral.
Amazing. Yeah. What, speaking of, let's say, if you're like stereotyping, what is usually the reaction to your videos? Because you kind of have funny videos that could maybe touch a point to people, could be offensive. What's your main reaction to your videos?
From my followers, you mean? Main reaction is laughing, of course, but I get sometimes people that get offended. But this is TikTok. In TikTok, it's very easy to find now people that likes to argue. At the beginning, I was a bit shocked the first time that I saw people getting offended. I was not very used to the culture yet.
Yeah.
Now, no, I know how to what to avoid, and I know that not everybody can like you. So at the end of the day, it's normal. It's part of the package.
Yeah, we learn that every day with social media. I was in the taxi on the way to work, and I was rewatching your videos, and like they're genuinely so funny. Not only are you're observing things, but it's the way you put them out there. Let's say, for example, the driving one. You have 3 parts, and you're talking about specific situations, what it's like driving in Dubai, which is so relatable. And then you go to all the different places. Where do the ideas, the inspiration for all of these videos come from?
Okay, so I always get my inspirations from my daily life, because at the end of the day, I want to be relatable. I want my followers to understand that I'm a pal. I am one of them. So, and I love to make people laugh. At the same time, I think I have good observation skills, and I love to notice things about situations or places, etc. So I put these things together. And why I choose the Dubai, let's say, topic so much is because most of my followers are from UAE and Dubai. So why not? I love Dubai, so I love to talk about it. And I know that is the most relatable thing. Like, everyone drives every day in Dubai. And me, I drive so much, and I've been driving so much since I moved to Dubai, and I explore every single area. So I said, okay, why not? At the end of the day, I love to categorize things. So this is how.
One of your most recent ones that really made me laugh, because I was literally in that situation watching it happen, was the security stopping people taking their photos. It's not just in like high security places. This happens in like hotels. They don't want you to go to a specific place.
Yes, this is true. And I did it because in my particular case, it's even more, because when I go with my influencers to take pictures, we get stopped all the time. So, but of course, like, at the end of the day, it's their job. It's not their fault. But it's true. I remember, even if you want to, I don't know, smoke a cigarette, like, you can't. There are specific areas. Everything in Dubai, there is, how can I say, a specific area to do it. So, yeah.
What has been your most memorable video? Whether it was your favorite video to make, or maybe the one that went viral that you didn't expect, or what's the one video that stands out so far to you as special?
Okay, it was a video I made maybe 6 months ago, and it was about fashion. I was saying what are the fashion mistakes that no one wants to see anymore. I got a lot of hate and a lot of also support for this, but it was very funny for me, because I said things that are actually true. So some people got offended and some people related. But the most recent one is the one about safety in Dubai. It really impressed me that it went so viral on my profile, on your profile. It really impressed me. And so I think that is the most remarkable, because it's not even that much haha comedy. It was more like stating facts. And yeah.
Well, that's interesting, because I've talked about the videos that were kind of haha comedy and they make us laugh and they could potentially be offensive, but actually you do some very, very positive videos too. You're always really supporting the UAE. One I watched recently was just kind of highlighting all the incredible news headlines of all the amazing things the UAE has done. Do they get the same reaction? Do they get as much virality when you're just kind of stating facts if they're not as funny?
It depends. I think, okay, TikTok is very random, the way things get viral or not. Because the 3 videos about the driving, 2 of them went viral and 1 no. I don't know why, But it depends. The one about safety, yes, it went viral. Others where, for example, I state more facts, it depends, because I understand that not maybe everyone think like me on these things, so it's different, it's less objective. But I really like to support UAE, because if I compare it even with my home country, even for the pandemic, UAE handled the situation so much better. So of course I will always try to show my support.
Interesting. A moment ago, you mentioned my influencers.
Yes.
Which is an
Sorry,
interesting
guys.
topic for people who don't know. So, as far as I'm aware, TikTok is your side hustle,
Yes.
which could potentially be your main hustle soon. But you also are a influencer manager.
Yeah.
Now, to a lot of people, we have no idea what that means. And when you say my influencers, I'm like, do you have a little gaggle of people that come around with you? Like, what is that?
Sorry, guys. I always give for granted that people know, but yeah. I'm an influencer manager. This means that I have some influencers that are signed exclusively with me and I act for them like an agent. So it's the same, more or less, to make you understand what I do is the same that what agents do for football players, okay? Like I fund them endorsement, I manage their businesses, and I am the representative in general. So this is why I call them my influencers, because they're the ones signed under me, so I said mine. And I didn't know my job as well. Like before starting it 4 years ago, I didn't know it existed. But it was a very nice surprise because I really love it. And what I do, I have many influencers. Some are small, like 50,000 followers on Instagram. Mainly it's Instagram, our main business, where our main business comes from. And then I have a very big one. She has almost 1 million followers. So
Who is it? You're allowed to say?
I am allowed to say because she is also someone that I really love, like personally, and her name is Soha Taha. She's, I think people know her more or less. I don't know if you do, but I will show it to her.
I feel like I know a lot of faces to see.
Yeah, but I will show it, the profile later.
So you are living, breathing social media. It's your
Yes.
side hustle. It's your main hustle. And to a lot of people, you know, Lovin Dubai, we try and create content all the time, and we look at what you do, which is making funny videos. And I can see that you have funny videos, but you also do a lot of fashion and lifestyle. So it looks like you're making a brand out of it. How can someone start a business from what you do? How does it work?
Only as my side hustle, you mean? Like my
How
profile?
can people start creating a business from social media?
Becoming an influencer, more or less, or content creator. Well, I think it's a mix of ingredients. Never forget, guys, that luck is a big ingredient, because why some people goes viral sooner than others, or why some people grow faster than others, it's a mystery of social media, to be honest. But so there is a bit of luck, but of course, consistency, it's very important. In any social media page that you start, you have to be consistent. So you have to post at least once a day. You have to understand what your followers like. You have to see the reply of followers, what they like the most, and try to post more about that. And you have to make clear what is your message. Like at the end of the day, your social media page, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, or I don't know, Twitter, it's a representation of you. So it represents your image. So you need to decide what image of you want to put out there. Me, I decided to put out there my true self completely. And this is also what I think sometimes is making me grow slower. Because I cover many topics. So sometimes people relate with some, sometimes they don't. So I gain followers and lose a lot, to be honest, depending on what I'm posting. But what I saw for my influencers, they chose a very specific branding. For example, only fashion or only lifestyle, or even their vibe, like high fashion or a more edgy style or a more feminine and princessy vibe.
You're saying finding a niche.
It's not a niche, really, because to be honest with you, when people say, like all these tutorials about social media growth, when they say niche down, I think it's very tricky. It doesn't make sense to niche down that much, because you lose a lot of opportunity. And do you really want to be stuck with the niche for the rest of your life? It's tricky. So it's not a niche, it's more about a style. Yeah.
Some fantastic tips there for anyone who's interested. Let's jump into questions from our audience. So before we have our interviews, we'll always put a question box on Instagram to see if you have any questions for the next day's guest. One interesting one which really stuck out to me came in from DXB. I've written DXB problems. That's not the name of the account because I know what that account is. I think it was Food and DXB, something like that. They said, we all love your videos, but can you tell us how many times you've had to remove some due to problems? Is that something that's happened?
Yes, once. Okay, I had many problems, but I deleted only one video in my life. The others, I always try to stick to them because I really don't think they are so offensive, and I prefer my audience to know me completely. But there was one video in particular, it happened 2 months ago. Now I can't say everything in details, but
just one got removed.
One got removed because I got contacted by a corporation that asked me to remove it.
Fair.
To remove it.
It's interesting because I saw that question and I was like, is there a lot of tea here? Has there been more removed? But just one, guys, don't worry. It's all PG. So this question was interesting because it stuck out to me because we all have a stereotype of what an influencer is, but obviously you are kind of a different type of influencer content creator. So Nakeem Imran, he said, what makes you an influencer?
Okay, so I think that influencers on TikTok are very different than influencers on Instagram, because Instagram is what made influencers popular in general, like the name influencer. So we all got to know that influencers exist through Instagram. But Instagram is a lot about visuals, while TikTok, it's more about the content itself. So you can find the fashion, you can find the comedy, you can find even people that support social issues, etc. What makes me an influencer? Well, I like to call myself content creator rather than influencer. But what makes me so is most probably the fact that people can relate to me. I always try to reply to every comment, every DM. I spend a lot of time actually in my day to reply to each of them because I really want to stick to the image I give to them. Like, I'm relatable, like you can relate to me. I'm a pal, so you can speak to me like I'm a pal. But I don't know if I'm an influencer yet, because at the end of the day, an influencer should influence people in doing stuff. For now, I think I am not that big enough yet, to be honest.
Well, let's see. I think it's going to be a very interesting journey to follow.
Thank you.
We really appreciate having you here. Before you leave us, this is a question we ask everyone. Why are you loving Dubai?
Okay, well, guys, I think the reason why I decided to move to Dubai, actually, I didn't even plan it. I just decided I want to move to Dubai. I packed my stuff. I didn't even have a job and I came here. And I found a job while living here because I wanted to come here. Why I chose Dubai? Because it's very modern, because it's very safe, and this is very important. Like I did it in my video, safety is freedom. Like it's one of the first things. And then because of the weather, I swear.
These are all my reasons too.
I prefer to really sweat in 40 or 50 degrees weather than winter. Like I can't live in a rainy and snowy country, I can't. Then, of course, I love the Arabic vibe, and I really love the comfort of Dubai. Everything is so modern, so clean, so everything is delivery, and there is always something happening, a lot of opportunity, especially for my field. So,
it's the right place to be.
It's the right place to be, for me, yeah, for sure.
That was brilliant. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
Keep sharing those videos, keep making us laugh. We absolutely love them. Like I said, the positive response that we get from sharing them is always great. So we really appreciate that. Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Daily. Stay tuned. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands. Bye-bye. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.